Hey team, David here, bringing you a recap of the Spartans War. Now first off, let me say sorry I didn't get a recap up of the oldest fort war. I forgot to record the video in time before it was off of the war record, and unfortunately it's gone now, so that's a bummer. Sorry about that. But anyways, Spartans War was awesome, just like the oldest fort war. Both of them were very, I don't know, I guess you could say typical for us. We faced a good clan, both of them, especially the Spartans, just an unorganized one. As you can see here, we 3-starred everyone from 7 down and got 2 stars on 5 and 6 with Neo's 2 awesome go wipes. So another 2 great wars for us, Spartans and the oldest fort. 63 attacks used. Awesome. 91 to 76. No, I hate to say kind of average, but this has kind of been like our norm for us, you know. We over 60 attacks used, about 90 stars. If we can get to there every single time, we are going to be so tough to beat. And both of these wars, this one and last one, I watched all the replays and we didn't have a single problem with luring. After the loss to the Lebanese, we went through 2 wars without having any problems with luring clan castle, and both had wizards, so that's great. As far as first attacks up here, unanimously everyone in the clan said Slayer on 7 should be in there. So here's Slayer on 7. As you can see, here's the base. The base has got this little gap in it, which he thinks is going to be clever because he's going to put a spring trap there. Well, Slayer just uses a couple golems, which obviously go right over the spring trap. Now this go wipe right here with by Slayer is really the standard bearer for a go wipe attack, in my opinion. Everyone could watch this and do exactly what he did, and this is just the perfect go wipe. As you can see, he put in 2 golems and I think 4 P.E.K.K.A.s, and he put them in first, followed by some wall breakers and his heroes. Notice he hasn't even brought in any other troops yet. Just now he starts to bring in the wizards, and then witches finally. But by this time, look how much damage has already been done. You know, if you bring in your witches and your wizards at this, like right behind your golems and your P.E.K.K.A.s, they get killed by splash damage. But Slayer puts in his golems and his P.E.K.K.A.s way before he put in his other troops and let them really do a lot of work. And I think that's a lot what won him this raid. He also used several hogs here, and you can see the hogs moving around the right side of the base. They got a lot of damage done too to the base. So again, Neo uses kind of like the same method with hogs that you don't really see traditionally, but both of their go wipes have been awesome, so I would recommend it. Usually, you know, you see high level players using go wipe attack, and they go for 2 stars every single time. So I guess the difference between Neo and this time CronSlayer being able to get 3 stars with their go wipes, the only thing they're really doing differently is hogs. So you know, using these hogs right here for go wipe attack is giving them a little benefit. They're not really using that, or Slayer right here is not really using that many wizards, and he used 4 P.E.K.K.A.s. You know, usually you see the higher level players using fewer P.E.K.K.A.s and, you know, more wizards or a lot more wall breakers. But you know, you can't argue with Slayer's army here. I mean, I've saved this one for a reason. This is the one we should all watch and pay attention to on learning how to go wipe. You can watch this one over and over again and learn new stuff from it every time. But fast forward a little bit here as it's coming down. Up until the very end, I didn't think there was any way he was going to make it all the way. I kept waiting for the time to run out here. He pushed it almost to the end, but I can't believe he still had a golem alive. This was the best attack probably in a few wars, as you can see what troops he used here. 4 P.E.K.K.A.s, 2 golems. Awesome raid by Slayer. Alright, next up we've got the guy who I would consider to be the MVP of this war, and that's Cisco on 16. Now Cisco's assigned were, I think, 22 through something, and he had 3-starred number 22 earlier in the war. But for his next attack, by that time we had already 3-starred everyone from about 18 down. So Cisco came on the chat and said I'm going to take a run at 16. I said, sure, why not? But I certainly wasn't expecting him to 3-star and so dominantly 3-star this base. I mean, it was like 2 groups ahead of his assigned. So needless to say, I was really pumped for this one. This was my favorite attack of the war right here. But to actually get into it, Cisco used a couple archers to lure the clan castle troops, lures them all the way down to the end here, kills them with archers. Watch him, he puts 2 archers right here where he's going to put in hogs to test for mega bombs, right next to this cannon and archer tower. As you can see right there. No bombs, so boom, puts in all of his hogs at that same spot. Now the rest of the attack, the reason he was able to do this at the edge of his ability, he's got level 3 hogs. He's really been upgrading his hogs. I didn't realize he had level 3 hogs. But the reason why he, even with level 3 hogs, this base is right at the edge of that ability. But the reason he was so successful here is because his healing spells were spot on. If you look at him, his hogs spent almost the entire trip around the base within those 3 healing spells. And by the time they get down to the lower end, there's nothing that's going to stop him because he used so many hogs. I really loved this attack. Cisco, really impressive. Although there's a good thing and bad thing. I mean, the good thing is he impressed us and he did a great job and 3-starred the attack. The bad thing, I guess you could say for him is, now that I know how good he is, he's probably getting bumped up. So congratulations, Cisco. These are the kind of bases you get from now on. Sorry. But yeah, again, congrats to Cisco here. What an effort for him this war. 3-star 22 and 16. 16 was a few ahead of his assigned. You always got to be pumped for that. So anyway, speed up a little bit here. As you can see, like I said, the space was right at the edge of his hog's abilities, and you can see, considering his hogs were all dead at the end, and his wizards actually were the ones that came into the base to get the end of the town hall. Great job, Cisco. 3 stars. Alright. So next up here, we scroll down a little bit. We've got ActionPaxson on 19. Now ActionPaxson originally was going to go for 18. Dragonfly 3-starred it right before he was getting ready to start, so he quickly switched to 19 and still was able to knock it out of the park. As you can see, he puts in a couple barbarians to check for mega bombs and lure the clan castle. Found a mega bomb immediately, which is great. So now he knows exactly where he's going to start his hogs. He puts in 1 extra hog. I think that hog was just to make sure everyone was out of the clan castle, which it turns out they were. Uses archers to lure him back and kill him. Paxson's another one that you can just sit there and watch his attacks, his hog attacks, because you know he uses basically the exact same attack every time, the same one that from last war that I talked about that Logan likes to use. Test for a mega bomb in one spot, put all your hogs in that same spot, and overpower with hogs and just heal them as best you can. Don't worry about a whole bunch of other troops. That's a good strategy. There's Paxson uses 1 hog just to make sure there's no mega bombs, and look, all the rest of his hogs in one kind of big overpowering group. And then watch his healing spell work. It's perfect. Right in the middle of the healing spell, almost all the hogs got into that one healing spell. Now when your hogs are at the edge of their abilities, your healing spells have got to be perfect. And you got to find a path around the base for your hogs that you can make the most efficient use out of your healing spells. And both of those spells right there, virtually all of his hogs got into them. And that's a recipe for a quick win right there. Look how quickly he gets this one done. Great attack by Paxson. And again, if you use a kind of an attack where you're planning on overpowering with hogs, and you just use a lot of hogs, then you really don't need a whole lot of extra cleanup effort. See, a lot of people, you know, and there's not really one better way than another. A lot of people use less hogs and then bring in archers and wizards at the end to do cleanup. You know, that's fine. I mean, both ways are good. I tend to use more hogs and less archers to clean up because I just let the hogs do the cleanup. because that has added benefit of getting through the defenses quicker and ensuring that more hogs stay alive if you had more of them to begin with. That's my school of thought anyways. And that's what Paxson did here, same one Logan used from the last recap video. Both of them worked really well. But like I said, there's no one way or the other. Obviously Slayer uses more giants and archers and less hogs, and he does a phenomenal job. I think he's got the best hog attacks in the clan, and he uses like a somewhat different approach, so not to say one way is better than the other. Alright, last but certainly not least, we've got Bob here on 32 with the Dragon Raid. Now, he really must have been doing his homework, because since he's gotten dragons a few wars ago, he's done nothing but 3-star base after base using this dragon strategy. And it's been spot on. So Bob has level 1 dragons, so he decides to lure out the clan castle and kill him with archers instead of just putting in his dragons and letting his dragons kill the clan castle. Which you can do both ways, but since he has level 1 dragons, it makes sense for him to lure the clan castle out and kill him with archers. That way his dragons don't have to be exposed to the wizard fire. As you can see, he uses clan castle hogs to get in there and take out that right side air defense, which again is textbook dragon raid. You see a lot of people not necessarily doing it, but with his level 1 hogs, of course, again, he just makes sure that he does everything by the book, and there's no chance that he doesn't get this raid done. He brings in all the dragons up as close to that left air defense as he can with 2 rage spells to get in there and take it out as fast as possible, which he does right there, and after that there's nothing left to stop him. Now another reason why I wanted to put this raid in here was just to reiterate that I think any Town Hall 7 base or below can be taken out with dragons. Now we're already using a whole lot of dragon attacks on Town Hall 7 or below, but really every single one can be 3-starred with dragons. I know Debo, Chiza, D-Flow, Nice Cream, Greg, a lot of them are using dragon attacks, but again, this Bob attack right here should show you that even level 1 dragons can take out a max Town Hall 7 base pretty easily. So even if you're going to use 3 lightning spells on an air defense and, start your dragons as close as possible to the other one, or use clan castle hogs on one air defense, or, don't even use anything on both air defenses and just use rage spells and starting your dragons as close to the air defense as possible, all those strategies work. And there's not really a whole lot you can do in Town Hall 7 to stop dragons. If you put all your dragons in at one spot, as close to the air defenses as you can, using the proper spells, dragons will take a Town Hall 7 or below every time. Alright guys, that's it for this recap. Another great war, 91 to 76. We'll see you next time.